was a lot about this piano here. I think there might be a few of the piano that's behind the camera that the camera is sitting on top of. It's actually got the camera holders hooked on top of the piano. So I start with Heart and Soul on an out of tune piano. I've got my computer right here. Ads. I'm gonna mute the ad for reasons. And already you can hear the piano is out of tune. That's the song. It was a whole step out of tune, so it actually kind of sounded like this is my out of tune piano part 2. I had the pedals removed because I was cleaning up the pedals because I actually did a lot of work to it. I started the A0, it actually sounded like this. We did an octave. And these two here sound the exact same. This F sharp here, the key top here, came off. And of course the rest of the piano was just really out of tune. It wasn't even in chromatic scale, it sounded more like this. Like, for like 88 notes. This one, up at the top, you can't really see it, had a broken bridle strap. And I had taken the action out before the video, so it was like, it sounded like that. I can kind of get my hand on it, so I'm gonna, yeah. And then, some point in this video, I tried to play for release, which is this. It should sound like this. Now I'm going to react to the next one. Playing the most out of tune piano in the world. Playing the world's most out of tune piano. That's this video. Go and search that up. Or go into my channel. Make sure you subscribe. That was actually this song here. It's supposed to sound like this, but it sounded more like this. And the higher treble end, I don't even know how it got that far out of tune in the first place when it got out of tune. Up here it just went, it started sounding like this. Like most out of tune piano. This note here sounded kind of like that. No, this one here sounded like an entire chord. And this one right here was kind of sticking down a little bit. It was like going down and come back up. The lid could open up like a grand piano at the time. The top part here.
piano is really badly.
Yeah, like this piano is very badly detuned. But now, this is the exact same piano that was very badly out of tune. It's been painted, it's been tuned. It was actually just tuned a week ago, so.
Right, I'm starting to get this piano.
I started to get it in tune. The reason it keeps going flat, it actually keeps going flat because the strings had been so detensioned. It had kept on slipping back up, like this whole thing here just keeps. I could get it up to where it should be, sounding like this, but really badly out of tune. But then it would go back down because one day I took all the tension off all these strings because some of them were very tight. So the real reason this actually got really badly out of tune is one day it was a little bit out of tune and I attempted to tune it. You can't even see my face. I attempted to tune the piano. I opened it up. I didn't know that you had to mute the free strings. These keys here have free strings, and sadly, this one here, I tensioned it a little bit too tight. This F sharp here, I tensioned it way too sharp, and the string popped. So I actually got one string to replace, because when you snap one string on the piano, it loops around at the bottom and then it goes back up, like at the bottom of the piano. So this piano also needs to be vacuumed out. I vacuum this piano out once a year and clean it out so the keys don't stick. These ones down here were actually in tune at the time. But also horribly flat too.
I just got the pedals. I'm in the middle of restoring the piano.
Yeah, I was in the middle of restoring the piano.
The pedals today.
I just reinstalled the pedals after cleaning them and yeah, really badly out of tune as well. And another string snap coming on. Just working on it. I was just working on it and I think it was the string on this one here snapped. And also I had the insert panel which is over there, which goes in here. If you don't know, you can see the inside of my piano for the front panels now.
Alright, fix the loose tuning pin.
Yeah, this one here had a loose tuning pin as well. So it would sound like that instead of like that. I just cleaned the bass strings. This one here was really detension because what I actually did to fix this one,
Thanks for watching.
I actually coming soon, live on. Shut the f up. I have no people following me right now. This is probably gonna be like an hour-long video. Now this one here, let me unmute it. It's still mute.
Here's the most out of tune piano again.
I was like, here's the most out-of-tune piano again, and the most, it's like sarcastic voice ever. These two here just came off randomly while I was working on it. They've been re-glued down since then. But both this black key and this one here, I was just working on it because I was actually fixing this piano at the time to be able to freaking repair it and tune it. I removed, when I pulled the action out, I banged against these two keys and I knocked them both off. And this one had fallen off. I think it was this one, and it was also, it might have been this one, but I think it was this one here. And the key was also sticking too. Here's my out-of-tune piano part 5.
Out-of-tune piano again.
I had, the action was in at the time on this one. But I had taken all the keys out to, I had a bunch of broken bridle straps. I repaired the bridle straps. This hammer here was snapped.
I set the off one that was kind of, this one was twisted.
Yeah, some of the pegs, the pins that are under the keys, there's pins under these keys.
This way.
So they're actually, let me just pause this real quick. The pin under the key is an oval. So then occasionally it rotates and the key starts getting stuck down like that, and then you have to keep doing this all the time. I know quite recently in one of my videos I did have a sticking key, and it was, I think it was on one of my TikToks, this E was sticking a little bit. I know I'm not showing my face in the camera, but I'm just,
because of the stick, this one's a little twisted too.
tuning.
That one's just loose.
Yeah.
Walking on it to
This is
my
part 6. Piano restoration.
My out-of-tune piano.
There was a lot of restoration work. I didn't change strings. I didn't re-key top it. The keys were sitting on that bench. I had this door that's behind me on the bench. The lighting at that time was very cracked. I didn't have this fluorescent one here. I just put it up last year. As I'm mainly finishing the piano, is painting it. I started sanding it down, getting it ready to be painted blue, and then I built the blue piano. This is now called the blue piano. I was originally going to take this piano on in public, but it's too heavy. It's way too heavy. I can't take a piano on in public. Now this is a tuning, one of the tuning videos. This is another time where it slipped again. The old piano slipped out of tune again, and then it started. This was like the second to last tuning. The final tuning took me about 3 days to do, because it was still quite flat. The keys were still sounding like this. Yeah, so piano tuning is very simple. You might be able to kind of hear it, because I do have my computer on top of the piano. I had all the key slip off, the top of the piano was removed, the cheap blocks, which are these parts at the end of the piano, can't really see the one at this end. I had them off too, and the key rail here where the LEDs are on. I actually have the front panel on right now, so I did have a few videos on painting the piano, but I didn't do a full painting video. That C, the middle C was actually this note here. It's this one right here. That was B. This key here somehow became this one here. And this one became that one. Then I went on to the low bass. Yeah, I kind of showed my ass in the camera, but I should really. Then I didn't really realize that my ass was in the camera, and I uploaded it. I was doing octave tuning down this, which is you can do it like this. You do when you get down to the low end, there's only one string. And sometimes when you're pitch raising the piano, like when I pitch raised this piano, the last pitch raise I did, because I had to do like multiple pitch raises to actually get this thing to stay in tune. I had to do like that. So what you do is normally when I tune the piano like that, I actually did this octave here first, and then I just did the rest of the piano. I got it kind of just about perfect, and then I got the phone out and I tuned it even more, and I got it perfect. And I pulled a string out because this tied one here broke again after my millionth attempt trying to tie it. And I tried it again after that, and then it finally held after. And now it's actually in tune. Yeah, we're reacting to some of my really out of tune piano videos. This piano has been tuned quite recently, so I actually had it tuned last week, the end of last week. So I had this piano tuned once a month. So you normally do it once a year if you're not recording. A lot of I got higher up here. This end here got so badly out of tune. An ad. I'm gonna mute the ads for reasons. I don't want to get like sued or anything. No, unmute it. And this is another video where I played the piano and it was out of tune. It was over here. I had turned it around. I moved it because actually in the middle of the winter it was over in this corner over here, in this corner right near the door, and the roof was leaking like crazy, so I pulled it out and moved it down to here, which made it go a little bit more out of tune, because these things do go out of tune when you move them sometimes. That song I'm playing here is supposed to sound like this. And that middle pedal fell. My middle pedal is now broken. I will fix it eventually. And I spanned the soft pedal as well, which is normally what I don't do with this piano. Which is the rail that moves the hammers. You can tell it moves the hammers on this piano because, as you can see, the keys move a little bit. And I tried to do this. that note there. Yeah, I had my foot on the soft pedal. Time to do. No, that's the previous live stream there. Yeah, that's the previous live stream. The ceiling fan and fluorescent light display, I will eventually get back to that one day. I did do videos on the ceiling fan collection that we have in here. That was the last video of that. I'm gonna find one of the videos. The first video that this piano got a bit out of tune. Wasn't even a bit out of tune. This isn't right after it got tuned. It was a little bit out of tune. And the hammers weren't painted at the time. The hammers on this piano have there's a bit of wood on the hammers before it goes to felt. And I painted them blue, and also the back checks, which are the part that makes it. Well, it's actually the jack that does it. So when you hold a key, it just keeps going. This one here has a broken damper, so it would sound like that. But the damper wouldn't do anything, and my face is itchy. Two of the ivories had come off. This piano does have ivory. The song that I am playing, I think. I wrote that song. I do write a bit of music. And then we have the restoration series of this Boyd London that I have. I have a Boyd London. This is a Campbell, New York. It's a lovely piano. This is the most best piano best upright I've ever played. That's why I like it. That's why I enjoy this piano. That's why I was so happy that it was tuned. I actually played the piano for like the day that it was finally tuned. I sat there for like half a day playing this thing. I think it might have slipped a little bit more out of tune after that. Like once I got it just about perfect, and it was sounding in its chromatic scale like this. I played it for like a whole day. There's some of my Christmas music, so I did play Christmas carols and upload them. I did John Legend, All of Me piano cover a while ago. If you know, I do a lot of recording. I did Golden Hour a few months ago. Got like hundreds of views. I don't really get that much views for some reason. Yeah, Jamming on the Piano, that was on the other piano, which is a Boyd London. It's a lovely piano. It's got really good character. It's got really good character to its pitch. The tone is really nice. This piano is a bit better though. I am reaching over the top of the piano trying to get this, and it's kind of hard to do it. Tuning the blue piano, that was in October last year. Now that was like that was like a whole year after it was tuned. I was like quite surprised it was out of tune. Now my internet's going slow. We are gonna. I was trying to do a before and after of being tuned. Camera shaked a lot in that video. I am gonna leave it in the stream in a moment. It's been a whole year since it's been with badly out of tune. That's the end of today's live. We'll do another live later.